guess we just didn't expect that it would be so outpouring. Um, like, there's always a sense of pride when you finish a studio recording, and in Yellowcard's case, for me, like, the best time is when we finish recording before it's released, because this is the only time, like, people aren't, you know, tearing us down or, like, building us up or whatever. And so once the release date comes, we don't really know what's going to happen. And everyone's support and love has been overwhelming, and we're just so happy that people have heard Southern Air and they enjoy it. Yeah, we were very surprised. It was only for one day. It's now, I think it's number 7 already. But that just shows how many people pre-order the record, and instantly overnight, how many people, other than the other great artists that are on the top. And it's such not a competitive thing to have music and sales or whatever, but for a small window of time, it is really, really sweet that we got to see our name at the top of the list. It's really, really awesome. Ryan Key came up with it for the idea for Southern Air. And he usually kind of takes control of that just because he's such a narrator for Yellowcard. And I think the idea, when we wrote last year and released When You're Through Thinking Say Yes, it was more about the idea of those songs, coming back and, kind of going over, material that we wanted to write for a long time. With Southern Air, I think lyrically he really said a lot of things and really realized how happy he was that moment that we had a little break between 2008 and 2010. He spent a lot of it with his family. And so I think looking at that, at that sort of moment in time and lyrically what he spoke about on this record, I think the idea of breathing in that Southern air and it just kind of cleansing you, I think it was a very vivid image that we all can relate to and understand. And that's ultimately where we came up with the idea for the record. It wasn't that difficult. It actually was relatively easy songwriting-wise. Logistically, it was hard. The guys were very supportive, but I had some health things happening, and so just the way that everyone sort of rallied around one another. And Ryan Mendez worked really hard recording, demo versions of the songs and emailing them to me and Longinu, so we could all get on the same page. But once we were in the studio working with Neil Averon and just having the Yellowcard vibe, we're all working together, it was pretty effortless and a really exciting time. I think, we had come up with an idea. What do you think about that? Oh, I love it, and I can do this with the violin, I can do this with the vocal, and so it was really an exciting time, and I don't think that we've had something, that type of experience, I think, since Ocean Avenue, and I guess in a sense our listeners, can feel that energy. A story behind. Well, I mean, I don't have personally a lot of stories. A favorite song that I have right now is Sleep in the Snow. It's one of my favorite songs. Just right now, you kind of go through pockets of which song that you're sort of drawn to. And we had this song sort of as it is, without an outro. And Ryan's like, I want to add this outro, we want to do piano and have this whole new thing. And I'm like, well, I don't really know. I haven't heard it yet. The song is pretty pushed forward, kind of a more raging song, and the guys keep coming back to me. They're like, I don't know, that violin part is good, but it could be better, or maybe not as good, or whatever. And maybe you should work harder. So that song for me proved to be a little bit more difficult, just because we had to rewrite the violin part, and then we put on this outro, this sort of really elegant, quiet, dynamic part. That's totally different from the rest of the song. So I think that song we worked the hardest on. It took the most to complete it. I'm, finding new things every day, every time I listen to it, that I can sort of attach to it. So That's a good story for me, is like when you can look back and sort of find new things that you admire. And I'm fans of my band too. Like I have really good musicians in my band. So um, I had mentioned that I've fallen in love with music again since Warped Tour and everything else. Just the energy and of all this wonderful music and all these wonderful artists out there. And I've been listening to just a little bit different, but You Me at 6, they put out a new record. And then I also discovered We Are the Ocean, so wonderful UK band. There's a German band that Josh Nations Aflame, I believe. And we played the show with them yesterday. Very, very good band. So a lot of really good music out there that kind of outside of my bubble that I normally listen to. So kind of, not really. It was a smaller sort of festival, but just sharing the stage with MXPX and Anti-Flag, bands that we've looked up to for a very, very long time. And just how warm and responsive they were to what a great day it was for us. And then that night we had a day off the next day to Milan. So just to have all of our friends, um, the whole crew, everyone just kind of having drinks and just enjoying the moment of having a new Yellowcard record out and having us all be together. And we're far away from our families and our loved ones, but like you had said before, the support and the love was outpouring and overwhelming, and so it was a really, really good moment this week. Tour. I have a few memories with just hanging out with friends every day. We wouldn't get to normally tour with Taking Back Sunday or The Used, or those are the bands that we toured with in 2003, 2004 on the Warped Tour. Most of our year last year we spent with All Time Low, so just to see, get to seeing those guys every day and waking up and having coffee on the bus, and it was just a lot of fun. We had Ryan Mendez and I kind of had a ritual with Alex and Jack from All Time Low. We would shotgun beers almost on a daily basis, so drink responsibly, but we had a lot of fun with those guys. I don't know if the chats help. I don't think they hurt. We always try and stay in touch with our fans. Before we always had our actual website, Yellowcard Rock. We had a message board, and so many friends, familiar faces that we see all the time around the world now are people that we used to talk to on that website. But the stick and chats, they were great just to stay in touch with everyone, even while we're recording. Usually there's like a big hole where you go away and then you come back and you're like, oh, but we were able to see, familiar faces and screen names and, everything. So that was definitely a lot of fun for us. But just the whole recording process for Southern Air at the time was so short. I feel like we almost didn't go away for that long. I have 3 that go on tour. I have 5 that are kind of working order. I have 2 more electric violins at home. I guess I have 7 total now. That's a violin. That are kind of a little older and maybe are not as, they sound good, but they're more delicate now. They've been broken over the years, and then I've had to put them back together, just like careless airline travel with breaking my beautiful violin. So I have 2. I had a blonde one that I don't tour with anymore. That's the one that my mom gave me, and that one's about 110 years old. And then I have a 400-year-old violin that I use in the studio, which I show pictures of all the time because I can't believe I have such a nice instrument. And then I have 2 bridge violins that I take out on the road. I have a black one, and then I have a white one that is wrapped like a Japanese naval flag, which is obviously my mom was born there. So the Irish violin is up next, but so I have that one, and then this company called Eastman Strings, they gave me this beautiful red violin, and it sounds great, and I'm so lucky to have it. believe we're here so soon. And then they put us up in this beautiful resort with all this beautiful land behind us. It's so amazing. You know, we told our, we have two booking agents, one for the States and one international, and we told them how much fun that we had in the Czech Republic. Just seemed like maybe less than a year ago, right? And so this is one way where we're trying to make sure that we can play here more often. So we play festivals like this, and it's still very exciting for us. In like 2 days we'll be in Slovenia and Hungary as well. We've never played in those countries. So Yellowcard is taking over the world. We're doing it. You know, we were looking at the lineup. We didn't recognize any names, and I couldn't pronounce very many because I only speak English because I'm a dumb American. But I'm eager to go back and hear some bands and some music. I looked up one today. Hold on, let's see if it's still on my phone. But I'm so shy, I don't even know how to say it. How do you say thank you? Is that right? Dekui. Dekui. I'm stupid, sorry. But yeah, so we don't get, it's funny, like the more far east on the European side, the less culture and knowledge we have. So every time we're in a country, we always try and soak up as much. But this part of the country I understand and I love, and it's just amazing that we're here. It feels amazing. I have the best job in the world. You know, we say that all the time, and it's, you know, we don't take advantage of it. And sometimes, you know, you don't sleep for 36 or, you know, hours or flying all over the world, and, you know, sometimes you get so tired and you're so far from home and things like that. But every day we're reminded like how lucky we are and how much support and love we get from our friends and our family and our fans. And, you know, it's amazing. We, as a group of friends, we started very young. We write songs, and then we're able to release records and tour the whole world and see familiar faces and have, you know, people on the other side of the planet in countries that I never would imagine that I get to go to, that I recognize and I get to talk to and hang out. So it absolutely is a gift, and every day we're reminded of that, and we're very thankful. I think that this cycle was easier, and it's different for everyone, but I think, you know, we came off 2 years of a break, just relaxed. You know, we sacrificed a lot being out here on the road, isolated, away from our families and our friends, and, you know, really that's how you relax and you recharge your batteries. You go to work, right? But when we go to work, we come back and we don't get to relax sometimes. So the 2 years, you know, we were able to reflect and understand, you know, how we can be better, not just as artists, but better friends to one another. And so this process, last year playing 32 countries, you know, being on the road for almost 300 days out of the year, you know, it's very difficult, but we knew exactly what we wanted to do. Every member of Yellowcard had the exact same goal, and we had so much energy and excitement. I think that's what made Southern Air, the recording process, so much easier, even though that personally we all had, you know, challenges to overcome. But we, you know, bound together, we fought together, and we're back out on the road, and you know, all our hard work, it seems as if it's sort of paying off because of how many, like, we have such amazing fans, but how many people outside of our normal support system are in love with our music. That sort of shows that this process, even though it was the hard work, we dealt with it easier. We overcome challenges together. So I think overall it was a little easier.